peace.
Help Ukraine protect peace.
Help Ukraine protect peace.
Help Ukraine protect peace.
Fight the jets for Ukraine.
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 Air defense 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 for Ukraine.
Arm Ukraine as you promised.
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 I'd like to remind everybody once again, my friends, that we stand together with those who stand for freedom. The Stage of Freedom is one of those entities that has always been our ally, our friend. Always in the opposition against the Russian terrorist regime, against the Ayatollah terrorist regime, and against their many proxies, like Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, and many other terrorist organizations that have been supported by Russia and by Iran. And keep this in mind, Hamas in particular has gone to Russia. A full delegation of terrorists went to Russia to represent the interests of their terrorist organization. Not even to Iran. They did not even dare to go to Iran, but to Russia, yes. And then Russia orchestrates an inside job and claims that it was the Ukrainians who have done so. ISIS-K, ISIS Khorasan, is an entity that people usually don't hear about very often. And this entity has apparently attacked Russia in this terror attack in Moscow. And we have, in the past, and we will in the future, condemn this act as an act of terrorism. However, we need to understand that the Russian terrorist regime has a past in orchestrating such actions against their own people in order to whip them up into a frenzy, in order to make sure that they have an excuse to do whatever they want. So make no mistakes, my friends. The Russians will continue to do as such. They will continue to lie, to cheat, and to deceive, and to attack the West via proxies, because they know that if the West stands united, they will stand no chance against it. But they know also that if the West is divided, if the West is weak, then they can take them out piecemeal, one by one. Each weakened, isolationist European government could potentially fall to the Russian terrorist regime if they do not stand united, that is. And that, my friends, is what we are here to encourage. Unity. Unity with the other people who stand for freedom. Unity with the other people who are ready to stand together and defend those values that they preach. To put their money where their mouth is, as people say sometimes. People ask each other sometimes, you talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? It is time now for the West to walk the walk, my friends. To support the people of Iran in their insurrection against the terrorist Ayatollah regime. To support the Ukrainian people in their fight for their survival against the Russian terrorist regime that has been attacking us ever since 2014 and has been at large getting away with it. Now at long last we're considering appropriating their assets. Well, by their assets, I mean the assets of their oligarchs. Things that the average Russian will never see in their whole life. And that, my friends, is what we stand here for. Stop Russia, stop the war.
Stop Russia, stop the war.
Stop